All right, so now we're down at the new grow space. We are still under construction. We're not operational yet, but we're hoping to have the front area operational here by the end of March, beginning of April. The space I'm in right now is considered the processing kitchen. We still have a lot of work to do on this area where we'll be actually processing, packaging microgreens, hydroponic leafy greens, and raw products from our soil, our traditional soil fields that are at a different location. That will be brought down here, processed, packaged for delivery for retail or commercial customers. We'll also have a freeze dryer. We have a commercial freeze dryer. We just got it the other day. It finally came in. And we'll have freeze drying operations down here. This whole commercial kitchen is going to be FDA regulated, since like over 50% of our sales will be to commercial or wholesale operations. FDA and the state of Iowa as well. So let me walk you through our facility as it stands now, and I'll kind of show you what we're dealing with. Okay, so as we walk in, this is the commercial kitchen space. Like I said, it's nothing to be proud of or look at right now. There's a ton of demo and things that need to be done here. Okay, but this room does adjoin to the grow space room, so it would be considered, I guess, into the total ambient cubic feet of volume that we have for an airspace in here. All right, I'm not going to walk on this tile. This is brand new tile that was just laid, and we still need to seal it and finish it yet. But as you can see, this is the grow space in here that we've been working on. Still more work to do. We got flooring work to do, mop base, all this good stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this room, I believe, and I can get exact measurements here for you and let you know by phone. We'll go to the front door here. Okay, so this is where our microgreen and leafy green hydroponic racks will be located. Okay, we have a 14-inch vent there, and airflow will be directed and dedicated through a duct socks manufactured by Right Height or Duct Socks Corporation. And that is a big tube that comes off here, hangs on these wires. It's perforated. It's been specifically designed. All the perforations have been specifically designed for optimal airflow and mixing within this space. It is a antimicrobial impregnated fabric duct socks, inflatable type thing, that will push air to the wall, causing it to roll this way into the room. And it would also come out this way, causing it to roll this way. So you have this double mixing loop located right about here. Then there's an L that comes across this way, hangs on that wire. Again, that will blow conditioned air against the windows to prevent and eliminate any condensation on the windows, but also it will blow back into the room this way. So again, you have this double mixing effect this way, kind of across the room this way and along the room that way. Both of those combine into this air volume that's combining with this air volume and mixing. So we shouldn't have any dead spots or definitive thermoclines where it's warmer at one level, colder at another level. Or any dead spots such as in the corners. Everything should be mixed and blended very well. Our microgreen racks will be situated from wall to wall. They are 10 foot long. They basically come to about this point here. We have a 3-foot walkway, 2-foot walkways in between the racks. So we have a 2-foot walkway, rack, 2-foot walkway, rack, 2-foot walkway, rack, 2-foot walkway, rack, 2-foot walkway, And then we may have a short divider wall here from the front door with some see-through plexiglass so that we can try to mitigate any contaminants that are coming in through the front door as people come and go, but we will very, very, very seldom utilize that front door, and we don't anticipate on having a customer base coming into our grow space. There should be no reason for it. Most of our sales are going to be done online or taken directly to the end user as far as a commercial or wholesale entity. Maybe someone will come in to just see the grow space before they decide to enter in a wholesale contract with us. At that point, they would actually come in from the back. There's a nice viewing port right there as well. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 racks here. We have space for another rack here. That would be 6 total. And then we technically could have another rack here, which would be 7. But we'd like to try some different options that we don't need to really rely on to, pay the bills, quote unquote, up front along this window here and along this wall. We also will need some refrigeration, so I'd like to not keep that up here because refrigeration adds to heat, which heats up the internal space, et cetera, et cetera. We'll probably have all of our refrigeration back in that other room where that air will not be mixing directly with this room because the cold air intake centrally located pretty much right there. So that's our central air intake, both heating and air conditioning. We do have some air mix from the outside. We have 2 flexi ducts coming off of that furnace unit and that air handler unit. One there, one on the other side. Both of those are run to one in the back corner there through a diffuser, one in the back corner there to a diffuser. The rest of the air is pushed through that 14-inch collar system out into the main room and distributed through the duct SOx venting system. Along this wall, we will have a mop sink to help us sanitize the grow space. We will have a commercial dishwasher here. It's a simple low temp dishwasher. It's basically enables us to take the grow trays that you saw once they're empty and cleaned to then put in the dishwasher for a 140-degree temperature hot wash, soap wash, and then a sanitizing solution run through them. Then they will be allowed to air dry. There will be a spray sink right there that we spray any residual debris out, then load it into the rack that goes inside the dishwasher, run the dishwasher cycle, pull it back out, let it drain. We have a large sink basin that'll go there. And then stainless steel work surfaces here. So that we can then air dry the trays. Currently we wash about, and this is Corinne's kind of baby, so I want to say 15 trays a week, 17 trays a week by hand. If we use the dishwasher, it'll probably be 3 cycles on a Tuesday evening, adding humidity to the air. And while they're drying here, and then we bag them for storage before we use them for the next replanting cycle. Now, when we're at full capacity, if we are growing microgreens, we will have more trays to wash through there, which could add more humidity to the air. However, if we are only growing 2 racks of microgreens there, and then NFT leafy green racks, for the remaining 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 racks in here. I don't know if you've seen the NFT troughs. They're basically the same troughs that we're using now, but they have a lid that goes across them with holes for the net pots that the plants sit in. So evaporation won't be as enabled in an NFT system like that, except for the transpiration from the plants themselves and the return water going into the sump and any opening in the sump that allows for the return water to go into. And then we have a hand washing sink here, and then we'll have a triple sink with a industrial salad spinner per se right here, and another mop sink there. So, sorry, I thought I shut my phone off. So you can obviously see that we have humidity coming from the microgreen racks. First and foremost, we would have humidity coming from more microgreen racks if we decided to do that, or we had an offer from a commercial microgreen buyer, such as a grocery store chain or a wholesale distributor. We would also have, or possibly just NFTs with leafing greens in them. Because our ceilings are so high, we could go, we can definitely do 4 levels on each rack, but we could do a 5th level, but that gets pretty close to the ducting system, which hangs 14 inches down from the steel cables that you see. So I don't know if I want to get them that close. We would, at that point, maybe have to put some plexiglass across the top rack, or the top level of each rack, to prevent the air coming out of the duct socks from blowing directly on the plants before it can mix. This space, again, is open to that space, so we do have a little bit more diffusion capability in this room with the additional airspace, but not the addition of humidity back here. However, the dishwasher, I think, is going to cause spikes, and washing our field vegetables back here during the summer and fall could cause spikes in humidity as we process that would provide additional humidity to the air. This is our furnace system. Our furnace system is an in-ceiling furnace system. However, that is on its last leg, and our landlord intends on replacing that before we need it next winter. It is short cycling, and we have not been able to, through the furnace people, figure out how to resolve that problem. They're basically saying you just need a new furnace. I assume he's going to purchase the exact same model, since everything's plumbed in for this model here. It's capable of 1,200 feet per minute, or 1,200 cubic feet per minute. It's currently being cycled, I believe, at like 800 or 900 feet per cubic feet per minute. We will be able to dial that in appropriately according to the performance of the duct sock. We may need to ramp up our blower speed. The blowers will be continuously operated for that air mixing and distribution capability. And the furnace will kick on, or the outside central air system will kick on as the temperature is fluctuating in the need called for. However, but the air circulation will be constant through that furnace blower. So we have a very, very, very limited, tight budget. We are a home-based grower trying to transition into a commercial, small-scale baby commercial grower. So everything we're doing right now is pretty much self-financed. We have plans for 3 large commercial greenhouses in the future that will be all aquaponic and hydroponic at a different location. This is our baby step into proving that $1 million facility is something that we can handle. If we can handle this, we can handle that, and that gives potential investors or loan institutions a little bit of peace of mind when we ask for help in funding a big ticket operation like this. Or like that. This one is pretty much all self-financed, and our landlord is not going to go out of his way to provide any additional improvements on the building that a normal tenant would not need. We've done and paid for all the additional electric, all the additional plumbing that we've had to put in for all of our fixtures, including the hand sink and the triple sink back here. I'm sorry, I keep getting phone calls in the middle of this. We have to upgrade, dramatically upgrade our hot water heater. That was funded by me. Eventually, so we're very limited on high-tech systems that you kind of link to. Rooftop systems I don't think we need. And there are apartments upstairs of us. So a rooftop system would be a dramatic construction operation that I don't think we could do. I'll send you a link as well to a site that sells dehumidifiers for commercial spaces, typically marijuana grow operations, but that I found on my own. But again, I'm looking for somebody with some expertise to tell me how I can affordably manage the humidity. If he replaces that furnace, maybe we can pay the difference in a built-in humidity control system, depending on how much that is. Or we would have to put a separate dehumidification system in here, whether it's in this room, in which we would be fighting the air conditioning as it dumps heat in here during the warmer seasons, spring, summer, fall. Or we could locate it in this kind of entryway here. Again, this is all beat up, it's on the construction list. We could locate that unit here, try to punch through the wall, or that panel there, and go into the drop ceiling and into the grow room, pull air from the grow room to the dehumidifier, dehumidify it, and pump it right back into the grow room. I think that's the convoluted way to do it. It's the hobnob farmer job way to do it, but financially, and given we rent this building, and our landlord is somewhat amicable, but he's like, hey, no major construction projects in which I can't use this building for a typical tenant in the future if you guys ever move out. We'll have a door here, so technically, even in the dead of winter, I could put some ventilation, outside air ventilation into here to help cool the dehumidifier and dump the heat that it's generating outside and bring in cold or ambient temperature air, even during the summertime, into here to help dissipate that heat that it's dumping. This room back here is, again, needs to be completely renovated, but this is about 1,200 square feet. This will be my indoor mushroom growing area. I do grow mushrooms on my own. Again, small scale, in a 9x12 grow room at home. I've produced about 50 to 60 pounds per week and provided them for our local restaurants, but I have a standing offer for distribution in one of our local grocery store chains. So, but that remains, this is like 6 to 8 months off from even really entertaining the mushroom grow operation down here. So, and that would be separated by this entryway here with a door, separated from the processing space and grow room through the door here that needs to be changed out. Okay, now that I've taken up a ton of your time, I think you kind of have an idea of what we're looking at for our space and our operations, so we can talk about any further questions. We do have this area. It used to be an old walk-in cooler. We're planning on sterilizing this, refinishing it for dry storage space as well. It's a simple walk-in cooler that we cannot use because it was it's been allowed to deteriorate into a pretty sad shape. Still, even more fun to try to renovate that. Okay, I'll sign off for now, and I look forward to your call and see if you have any ideas or help that could help us move past the dehumidification issues and humidity control issues, or vapor pressure control systems that are affordable to us. Okay, thank you. Talk to you soon.